Are we really expected to look at another grown adult woman and watch them say, I'm a deer, and we all have to go, oh, I guess you're a fucking deer. Don't let fucking Joe Rogan find out that there are elk working at Twitch. He's gonna go out and get the fucking bow and arrow, start hunting. How funny is that Twitch Trust and Safety Council shit? If you're out of the loop, I'll get you up to speed. Twitch, biggest live streaming platform in the world. I don't know, according to them, they have such a toxic community or a problem with harassment or whatever the fuck the reason is. They've set up a Trust and Safety Council to help moderate the community. Let's do a little bit of image 101, Twitch. Never, ever call a group of people who control the expression of users a Trust and Safety Council. That sounds like it's straight out of 1984. Just call them moderators. That's all. They don't need a fucking fancy title. Anytime you give people a fancy fucking title like that, everyone in the world gets suspicious as fuck because it sounds too friendly. I'm a comedian, but imagine if my job title, amusement expert. Everyone would see that amusement expert. What the fuck? I don't trust him. He's gonna rape my kids. I think moderation is a good idea. Starting up a council and calling it the fucking Trust and Safety Council is a dumb idea. So they get all these fucking moderators, and Twitch's biggest problem seems to be they don't hire experts in their fields or people that are trained. They just hire cunts who use the website. It's not how it works. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not where you find your best people. Let's be real. You're not gonna find the best person for the job in the comments section of a Twitch stream. Let's be real. Now, I'm not saying that smart people don't leave comments. You guys exist. I think we can all agree you're not incredibly active. Like, you're not a pillar of the YouTube comment community. When you hire a pillar of any comment section, you're not hiring the best person for the job. You're hiring a fucking imbalanced loser. Because they have nothing to do, they have no skills, but they must be heard. Worst type of person to give any kind of power. Exhibit A. I can't remember her fucking name. Steph? I'm calling her Steph. If that's not her name, I'm wrong and I don't care, right? Steph. Just be glad I didn't say her old name. So, they hire Steph, right? They hire this trans woman. Let's be clear. Nothing wrong with that. Fuck who you want to fuck, and turn your dick inside out if you want, or turn that puss into a fucking meat stick. Who gives a fuck? As long as you're certain with your opinion and you're not doing it because of some other deep-seated mental issue, go for it. Now, the woman is clearly mentally unwell, and not in the depressed way, in the fucking off her rocker way, okay? And I'm not even talking about how she's moderated the platform or things she's done in the past. I'm talking about right fucking now. This bitch thinks that she is a deer.
And come back to here, maybe. Nice and soft.
Mental illness. You're not an animal. You can be a woman. You can be a man. Fuck it. You can be neither gender. But you have to be human. Let's draw a line in the sand today. You are not an animal. And you never will be. Sorry, that's a mental illness. Could you imagine if what I'm saying right now gets me cancelled in 10 years? Because the next generation is gender fluid and race fluid. Oh, it's not even race, is it? A deer isn't a race. Oh, there's human race and the animal race. The deer race? I don't know. Species, that's the word I'm looking for. Hey, you can pick your gender. You can change the color of your hair. Fuck it. I'll even let you have a front fringe, but you are a human. And if you think that you're not a human, you have a mental illness. Let's be fucking frank. You know what? Don't be frank. I'm sorry if I've accidentally dead named you. I don't know what your name was before this. Let's be Steph. If you think you're an animal, you're not. You have a mental illness. This bitch is on stream talking about how she eats grass. That she'll go out into her backyard and literally eat grass, and she wasn't joking. She eats grass from her backyard because she thinks she's a deer.
So in my spare time, I go out to my yard. In my spare time, I go out to my yard and I prance around and I eat grass. And I just watch it because it helps me feel like in tune with my dear self.
I'm sorry, mental illness. And what's even crazier than this bitch who thinks she's a deer? What's even crazier than that? And I think this is a great sign of mental illness generally, like full on crazy. I'm not talking about bipolar. I'm not talking about depression. I'm talking about might stab you in the street crazy, right? She's wearing fingerless gloves all the time. If you wear fingerless gloves, you're nuts. That's fact. That is a fucking science. If you walk around wearing fingerless gloves, you're even crazier than the cunt who thinks they're a deer. If you think you're a deer and you wear fingerless gloves, guess what? Put them in a home. They're gone. They are not sane anymore. That's it. If you wear fingerless gloves, I will cross the street to walk away from you. Oh, but what if I want to use my phone? Don't wear gloves at all. Either you're wearing gloves or you're not. You can't have both. Either you're a woman or you're a deer. You can't have both. Actually, you can only have one, and it's the woman, because you're a human and not a fucking animal. Who does this bitch think she is, huh? The new Twitch moderator is like that deer with hands from Adventure Time. You know that fucking deer that takes its hooves off and then starts going like this? That's who they've hired. Twitch is awesome. Let's be fucking real, huh? Are we not allowed to say that? Are we really expected to look at another grown adult woman and watch them say, I'm a deer, and we all have to go, oh, I guess you're a fucking deer. Don't let fucking Joe Rogan find out that there are elk working at Twitch. He's gonna go out and get the fucking bow and arrow, start hunting. Like, dude, you can't advocate for trans rights and also be an animal because they have less rights. They really do. Like, I mean, I've never seen a deer, you know, advocate for housing or healthcare. I'm not gonna get up and protest on the street to get fucking dental work for a deer. You gotta be human, bro. Fucking insane that you would look at a person who literally thinks that they are an animal and go, I'm gonna give you power. I'm gonna give you authority over other humans. This bitch, what if she has no loyalty? She's not even a human, you know? I mean, if aliens invade, I'm siding with the humans, no matter what. She's probably off with the fucking deer. What if all those deer rise up and start oppressing us because we hunt them? That's fair. Objectively fucking hilarious that Twitch have installed a trust and safety council, and instead of researching the people that they've fucking hired, they just go for the first trans woman they see, and turns out the cunt thinks they're a deer. That is awesome. That's great. I love inclusivity and I'm all for it. Fuck who you want, be who you want, as long as it's human. But at some point, when we're going for inclusivity and when we're promoting that, we have to hire the best tranny for the job, not the first one with an inside-out cock that we see. Because if you keep doing that, you're gonna end up with a bitch who thinks they're a deer and they eat grass in their backyard when no one's watching. Insane. Can we get a fucking tranny with a PhD, please? All of these businesses are trying to be progressive by picking the first cunt off the street who wants to get rid of their cunt, and it's not working.